Hi, today I will show you how I make these traditional Scandinavian Christmas tree ornaments called Julekurv. They originated in Denmark in the 1800s and they are widely used in all of Scandinavia, especially in Norway and Denmark. And they come in a variety of colors and patterns. These are only two examples. People make them at home, and I will show you how it's done, or at least how I do it. Other people probably have their own ways of doing it as well. But to make these, first you need to make a template, and you will need a cardboard. I just ripped this out of the back of a notebook. And you need a ruler, pencil, scissors, and this device, which I don't know the English name for, but you probably recognize it from geometry classes. Okay, so this Julekurv can be any size you like, but for the one I'm making now, I have chosen to do 7.5 centimeters for the pattern. So I used the ruler, just put it on top here, 7.5. I mark it. And the same here, 7.5. And then I use my two markings to draw a line. Then I do the same thing here. 7.5. Seven and a half. Like this. And now I have to find the point right in the middle from these two sides. Again, 7.5. I need to divide it by 2, that is 3.75. If you do other measures, just to use your math skills or a calculator. And then I will need this device of mysterious name. I put the pin right down here in the middle. I have adjusted it beforehand so it will meet this point and this. So you just do the same. You stick the pin here in the middle and you adjust so that it fits both sides. And when it does, you draw half a circle. If you don't have something like this, then you just use another round item you may have, like a cup or whatever really, and you just make the size of this from that. So now I have the template. Then I just use my scissors and I cut it out just roughly first to get rid of all of this, to make it a bit easier. Like this. Okay. Here I have my template. I could draw lines on this one and cut along them, but I find it difficult to draw lines in between those strips of cardboard. So I prefer to leave it like this, and I do the drawings on the glossy paper itself. So I take some paper, I choose red for my basket. I place, this is folded in two. I keep the folded edge towards me. I place my template on top, make sure I line up the template and the paper. Then I use my pencil like this. So now I have to cut around, and this paper is, as it is glossy, it is also very slippery, and it is difficult to cut it in a way that keeps it stable so it doesn't slip and become uneven. So I have to really press it together all the way when I cut. And I will do this twice. First with my red color, and then I will choose a different color and I will make one exactly the same. If you are brave, you just put them on top of each other. I usually do that, but I don't on camera because I'm pretty sure that if I try to show someone, then of course it won't be a good result. Okay, like this, and I will just trim this one a little bit. Like this. Okay, I'm happy with that one. I have made another one just to spare you of the time. So mine will be red and gold. So then I will draw my pattern and I will take my template, I will lay it on top like this. Make sure that this line goes exactly with my folded edge down here. And I will make a marking up here. And I will do the same again. And now I have 2 points. Like this. Okay. And for this basket I choose to have another pattern than I used before. So I will have 1 centimeter here, and I will do 1 centimeter on this side, and I want 1 in the middle here. So to do that I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 I have left, 4.5 if I do 1 in the middle. 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. Okay, so 1, 2.25, 1, 2.25, and I should be left with 1 there in the middle. Okay, and again I have to repeat here. 1, 2.25, 1, 2.25. Okay, and then I will draw the lines. I will try and be accurate, because the more accurate you are with your measurements and how you cut, the easier it will be to make the Julekurv. So now I will place them on top of each other like this, and I will make sure that it is as accurate as I am able to, like this. And now when I cut, I should be really careful, keep everything straight. That's one. Always pinch it together. And the next. You can also do one by one. If you don't want to use scissors, you could use the type of knife you cut wallpaper with, or maybe even a scalpel if you have one, or one of those cutting wheels you cut fabric with. Whatever you have, just try and see whatever works best. Okay. There you go. Okay, so now I have these two pieces, and now it's just a question of how to put them together. So they are going to be all the way. I have to do every other time red inside of gold, and then gold inside of red. So I take the strip on the end of both the pieces like this. Now I have the gold on the outside, and then on the next here the gold goes inside the red, and this is just, you have to figure out, you just have to try to find the technique, because it's the first strip you do is really can be a bit difficult, because the paper moves all the time. So, but when you do the second one, the second one will lock the first, and then it will be a lot more stable, and then the gold goes inside, and then for the last, gold goes on the outside like this. So it doesn't really look very pretty, does it? So I will immediately do the second one. Then, as we have gold on the outside here, I will put it on the inside now, like this. The outside, inside, I will pull a bit on these just to make it a bit tighter. And now you can see it's starting to take shape as a heart. And then I just keep going. Gold outside. Gold inside. And this is really the same way of doing it, no matter the pattern you choose to do. So when you get a hang of it, it's really quite simple. So next one goes inside the red one. Okay, so now I only have the last one to go, and as you can see, the last one is a tight fit. So let's see here. I go on the outside of the red first. And then the inside. I'll have to adjust it a bit later. Just have to pull on this one a little bit, and it goes inside the gold. Be careful so you don't rip the paper. Like this. And again on the inside there. And now this last one can be a bit of a bother, really. So there you go. Like this. And you just place it under a heavy book for a while, just to press it flat. And to be able to hang it on your Christmas tree, you need a handle. And that you just cut from your glossy paper. Make sure it's not too short, because you want to be able to hang it easily on your tree and not to break the paper as you hang it. So this I think will be plenty. Okay, then I need my glue. Like this. Okay, I glued myself as well, okay. I open the Christmas tree basket, it actually translates to. And I stick this one in and I close it. And I just need to adjust it a little bit before the glue sets. Okay, so there you go. You can hide sweets for the kids. That's what we used to do. And there you go. And here you have 3 examples of how your julekurv can look. So, good luck with your Scandinavian inspired Christmas. Make sure you press them first so you don't have these if you use rolls of paper like I do. Okay, thank you for watching, and so sorry for my less than mediocre English. Merry Christmas.